Jenkins. They have the specifics around the events leading to Bob Lee's murder. And I want to just take this opportunity before they come up and provide the details that they are able to share with the public to really thank the San Francisco Police Department and the investigators who worked tirelessly to ensure that this case was handled appropriately. And in fact, to be clear, that every single case involving any homicide or any violence is always brought up.
I'm going to be brief on the details, but here's the summary and the update. On April 4th, 2023, at approximately 2:30 a.m., San Francisco police officers from Southern Station responded to the 300 block of Main Street for a report of a stabbing. Officers arrived on scene and located the victim, later identified as 43-year-old Robert Lee, suffering from an apparent stab wound. Officers rendered aid and summoned medics to the scene. Mr. Lee was transported to Zuckerberg San Francisco General Hospital with life-threatening injuries. Despite efforts by first responders and medical personnel, Mr. Lee died from his injuries. The San Francisco Police Department Homicide Detail responded and took over the investigation. Our homicide investigators developed information that identified the suspect as 38-year-old Nima Momeni of Emeryville, California. We can confirm that Mr. Lee and Mr. Momeni knew each other, Brett Dittmer and Detective Thomas McWilliams. Also Lieutenant Kelvin Sanders and our entire homicide team who have worked not only on this case, but all of our open cases. You know, I said from the start that I have every confidence in the men and women and the members that work homicide. They have an 85% clearance rate year to date, and that is expected to go to 92% because we just solved a 1994 case yesterday as well. We never give up finding justice for the victims in this city. And I want to make sure that everybody knows how hard the men and women and members of this department work to keep this city safe. With that said, just a reminder.
Nothing worse than a parent having to bury their child or a young child having to bury their parent. My prayers go out to them during this very difficult time. I too want to commend the San Francisco Police Department for their work in identifying who committed this heinous crime. They worked around the clock to solve this case. While in some cases we do immediately have a suspect, that was not the situation here. As a result of their hard work, Mr. Lee's killer has been identified. Pendency of this case due to the obvious and severe public safety risks that we believe that he poses to the public. I want to end by saying thank you to Mr. Lee's family and the people of San Francisco for being patient with law enforcement during the course of this investigation. I know that everyone has wanted answers since this tragedy happened. While nothing can heal the pain of Mr. Lee's loss, thank you for putting your trust in the San Francisco Police Department, the world, and their perceptions of San Francisco, and also negatively impact the pursuit of justice for victims of crime as it spreads misinformation at a time when the police are trying to solve a very difficult case. We all should and must do better about not contributing to the spread of such misinformation without having actual facts to us. That my office will continue the fight to enhance public safety and to hold Mr. Lee's killer, as we do all others, accountable. Thank you.
We're going to open up to just a few questions. Annie, go ahead.